Good morning, teacher and classmates. In this first video about the first class plan that I chose is about history of our planet. Some objectives are focuses on the listening, speaking, reading, and writing skills. So some of them are as we'll be able to identify when someone is talking in the past because of the topic, and in the speaking they will be able to talk about past events, even they are only personal or are events that are important to all the society. In the reading, they will be able to recognize the structure at the past tense and how the verb changes when we are in the past with the help of the topic of the planet. And in writing, they will be able to construct a simple paragraph where they use that vocabulary with the past tense structure. So some methodology that we choose to use it are the communicative language teaching, also a whole class teaching, active method, ERCA method, and a didactic method. So in the strategy with the whole class, we are going to try to make with them a timeline. In this case, this will help them to watch which facts were important in the history of our planet. Other one is in pair groups where they can work with the parent that is next to them. Also using didactic material. In this case, we are going to use a video where they explain all the history of our planet, and also a timeline where they will be able to understand better some of the important characteristics or facts or clues of each event. So for this, we begin first with a game. In this case, we are going to use the game Tic-Tac-Toe, where they're going to have a ball, and if we are talking about the history of our planet, we are going to ask them to respond to some important facts. In this case, the ones that have a right answer will going to have an extra point. So in the main teaching input, we begin here with the experience and the reflections. In the experience, we are going to see our students why it's important to know about our planet, about how it works, and also using a correct grammatical structure. So in this case, we are going to ask with them, first giving some ideas, then asking to them to give us sentences, a simple sentences, and in the case if they have some errors, we are going to help them with that. In the reflection, we are going to go one step more using the video, some part of the video, the beginning of the video, to know how they're going to work with the topic. So in this case, we begin with the first part of the events that happen in our planet, and ask them how to work it, and ask them how to transform in the past, and maybe how they think that will pass in the future, and combine the structure of the past tense with the future tense with will, because it's something uncertain that we don't know if it's going to pass. Then we are going to do the part of the modeling, where we have the conceptualization. In this case, after watching the video, we are going to use some concrete materials, some posters, some markers, where they are going to make with the whole class a timeline. So we begin with what we watch in the video. We begin to make a timeline, and using the concrete material to make a picture, and also to write some important title about that event. And then when we have all that structure in a way of a big poster, we are going to do with our students to come to the board and put one important word that they remember of each event. And I'm suppose of the big one, they say explosion. They put just one important fact. Then when we have all that words, we are going to try to create a simple sentences using past tense. So with that, we are going to help by lines, organizing the students by lines. So I say the first line, tell me what you understand with all the students write. When we have done, we write some facts, we create some characteristics, and in that way, we are going to continue forward. Then we have the guide practice. Here is when we are going to do some sentences, and also the students can create alone, and then if they have a good idea with good structure, they can raise their hands and put in the board in the poster. So in this case, we are going to guide them, just guide, because they already have the knowledge and they know how to create the sentences in past tense. But we are going to monitoring if they are with good discipline, if they are working in English, if they are working with the partners and not alone, and not doing other things instead of the work that it was doing. So then in the independent practice, we want that they create an idea of how they think will be the world in the future. In this case, we are going to use will, and to introduce this, we are going to give some examples. In this case, with the coronavirus that we are living right now, as a simple paragraph where we say in the future we will be using masks to all of the years. We are going to have to wash our hands all the time. So they try to create we help them with the structure because they already know too. So in this case, they write a simple paragraph. As assessment, while they are doing that, we can ask to them about some important facts, what they remember about the video, what they think about how the world evolved from the past years to the actually. So in the assessment, finally, to know what they know and what they want to learn, we are going to let some students read their paragraphs, maybe 5, no more, and then we are going to ask to them to make some questions about what they read and create a discussion between them. With this, we are solving the listening and speaking skills. In the closing review and follow-up, the teacher will going to see what is missing, if they need some more extra activities, and as a homework, he wants that with the paragraph that they write, also make a picture, make as a little presentation of what they think and why they think, also not just something that is a suggestions, even investigating, making a research where they can validate the arguments that they put it in a paragraph. So here is where the class finished, and I want to talk about the supplementary materials. In this case, with the help of the video, is very important because it's a topic that sometimes can be a little boring because we are talking about history. In this case, the history of our planet is very interesting if we show them how it happened. And we have on internet very incredible videos where we can use with our students, where I explain how was the Big Bang theory, the theory of the church, how they think that we evolved from monkeys, why they think that, who discovered the gravity. So these kind of things interest the students and maybe will help them to recognize and understand better if they have visual eyes. So in the second material is the timeline. The teacher will be taking the paper, the markers, the concrete material, but also letting them to make some extra help. In this case, in the event of the Big Bang, they wanted to draw and they wanted to make something using balls of paper. They can do it to make better that timeline. And also this will be stay at the class, because this will help them to remember what we watch. And it's different to copy all the history and only remember the important facts. The name of the event, in this case Big Bang theory, what happened was an explosion. In what that explosion, what happened, all the planets created. And one of the planets that was created was the Earth. They know what to do, they know what is important, and they know how to create the sentences only with the help of one word. This is everything. I'm going to upload at the end the class activity supplementary materials. If you want to watch, I also will link the link of the video. And this is everything, and thank you for watching.